months and $2,000 bonus cash, plus $750 owner loyalty or conquest cash.
Tonight, breaking developments as we come on the air. The arrest, where they found the suspect. Just as we now learn, there were more than a dozen packages with potentially destructive devices, explosive powder and more, addressed to the White House, the military, the CIA. And tonight here, the new warning. Could there be other packages on the way? No charges. The deadly police shooting, Alton Sterling struggling with police, shot multiple times. The family responding tonight. President Trump tonight and the new suggestion that the U.S. military pay for the border wall. What about the promise that Mexico would pay? The horror for so many couples, the fertility clinic and their admission tonight. The number of frozen eggs and embryos lost is far higher than originally thought. The state trooper struck on a highway thrown into the air right there. He survives. And tonight, his eye-opening message to the woman who hit him. And our team on the front lines inside Yemen tonight. The raging war, millions near starvation, malnourished children who appear much younger than they really are. You will hear from Americans on the ground.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Tuesday night. And we begin with late developments coming in tonight just before we came on the air about those suspicious packages with potentially destructive materials, explosive powder, addressed to the White House, the military, the CIA, and the number now rising. More than a dozen packages, and there was an arrest today. Authorities on where they say they found their man. And the new concern at this hour, could there be more packages on the way? ABC's David Curley leading us off.
Agents swarmed the house of a 43-year-old man arrested outside Seattle, and tonight the FBI is warning packages with potential destructive devices could still be in the mail. According to the Justice Department, more than a dozen packages mailed, addressed to the White House, the FBI, and various government installations. Packages arriving at 4 military bases in the Washington, D.C. area and the CIA. At the Army's Fort McNair, a package forced the evacuation of a building. Specialized teams found it contained black powder, which can be used in explosives. Also, a GPS device and a fuse. A source telling ABC News one package contained a long, rambling letter, which said, quote, "President Trump, businessman, we want $250 million. You all dead," and referred to synaptic frequency. Long, rambling letter, another indication that there may be a mental health component?
Of course. This is all about getting attention. This is about raising their sort of power level, basically, as look at me.
Ton Kong Fon was known to the Secret Service, according to sources, because he had sent letters to the White House.
So let's get to David Curley. He's live tonight from Fort McNair, where one of those packages was found. And David, authorities say it was some of those previous writings to the White House that actually helped lead them to the suspect?
That's right, David. The FBI is saying they actually recognized some of the phrases from those earlier letters with the rambling letter that was found in these packages, led him to the suspect and the arrest, and they saw him on surveillance video at a post office as well. David?
David Curley leading us off tonight. Thank you, David. Next tonight, no charges in a deadly police shooting that made national headlines. The state of Louisiana will not charge 2 police officers in the shooting death of Alton Sterling, a father of 5. The shooting caught on video, as you'll remember, showing the officers on top of Sterling, one of them firing several times. The incident sparking nationwide protests, and tonight Alton Sterling's family is now speaking out. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
The autopsy of Alton Sterling, released tonight, says it in black and white. What happened here outside this Baton Rouge corner store was a homicide. The 37-year-old was shot 6 times, including a bullet through his heart. But the district attorney who studied the evidence for the last year says it's not that simple, and he won't charge the officers.
What I'm describing took place very quickly. It involved 2 officers who had good reason to believe that Mr. Sterling was armed with a firearm and that he was continuously resisting.
Sterling was outside the store selling homemade CDs in July of 2016 when someone called 911 saying he had a gun. Officers Howie Lake and Blaine Salamone responded, and things turned physical quickly. Salamone fired every single shot. Police did recover a loaded gun from the bottom of Sterling's pocket.
No justice, no peace.
The killing lit up the streets of Baton Rouge. The protests went on for days.
The way they killed him was in cold blood. You know it, I know it.
Sterling's family and lawyers say he'd be alive today if he weren't black.
Blaine Salamone is the Blue Klux Klan, and he murdered Alton Sterling. The video shows it.
Officer Salamone walked up and put a gun to Alton's head and said, "I'll shoot you in the head." That is accurate.
Police say it's also accurate that Sterling had alcohol, methamphetamines, cocaine, and other drugs in his system.
And Steve Osunsami with us tonight. And Steve, you're hearing word that one of the officers may soon be fired?
Yes, David. The attorney for the officer who fired those deadly shots believes his client will be out of work by the end of this week. That's when the police chief is expected to decide on discipline in this case. The officer's attorney says this is unfair and a foregone conclusion. David?
Steve Osunsami with us tonight. President Trump tonight and the new suggestion that the U.S. military now pay for the border wall. What about the promise that Mexico would pay for it? Cecilia Vega tonight asking the White House that question.
It was President Trump's signature line.
Who's going to pay for the wall?
Mexico is going to pay for the wall. 100%.
But tonight, sources tell ABC News that behind closed doors, the president has suggested that funding for his border wall should come not from Mexico, but rather from the U.S. military. He's broached the idea with House Speaker Paul Ryan and even seemed to test it publicly, tweeting, "The military is again rich. A great border wall is all about national defense. Build wall through M. M being for military." But Congress would need to sign off. And today, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer called the plan a blatant misuse of military funds. Pressed today on who exactly will pay for that wall, the White House short on answers.
And isn't it true at this point that Mexico is just not going to pay for that wall?
I'm not going to go beyond what the president's already said. I think he still has plans to look at potential ways for that to happen.
What ways is he considering to have Mexico pay for the wall?
When we have an announcement on that, I'll let you know.
The White House also still grappling with the fallout from that bombshell 60 Minutes interview with porn star Stormy Daniels, who claims she had an affair with Mr. Trump in 2006.
The president watches 60 Minutes. If he's watching tonight, what would you say to him?
He knows I'm telling the truth.
But the president has remained out of the public eye and uncharacteristically quiet about that interview, which was watched by more than 20 million people.
The president has denied these allegations, and I don't have anything else further to add on that front.
You've also called him a counterpuncher many times. Why is he not punched back on this one?
Look, the president, I didn't say he punches back on every single topic. He also has a country to run, and he's doing a great job with that.
All right, Cecilia Vega with us live from the White House tonight. And Cecilia, yet another major announcement from the Trump administration. For the first time in more than 60 years, the census will now ask people whether they are American citizens.
Yeah, David, this could have major implications as well. Critics say this is about intimidating immigrants and will result in a population undercount and potentially could lead to lost congressional seats. But the White House says this protects voting rights and is necessary to measure the eligible voting population. California immediately filed suit, David, and now other blue states are promising the same.
All right, Cecilia Vega with us tonight. Thanks, Cecilia. In California tonight, the Attorney General is now on the case as tensions remain high after police shot and killed Stephen Clark, an unarmed black man. Infrared video shot from a helicopter shows Clark running from police firing 20 times. The AG's move comes just 24 hours after a tearful plea from Clark's grandmother and family. ABC's Kana Whitworth from California.
Stephon Clark!
After days of protests tonight, officials in California's capital calling for calm. The Sacramento Police Department announcing the state's attorney general will oversee the investigation into the shooting death of 22-year-old Stephon Clark.
My team and I at the California Department of Justice will do everything in our power to ensure that this investigation is fair, thorough, and impartial.
The move coming after Clark's grandmother made this tearful plea.
I want justice for my baby. I want justice for Stephon Clark.
Hey, give me your hands. Stop.
Police video capturing Clark as he attempts to flee. Then the fatal confrontation.
Show me your hands. Gun.
The two officers firing 20 shots. They say they thought Clark was holding a gun, but he was found with only a cell phone.
Why did you just shoot him in the arm, shoot him in the leg, send a dog, send a taser? Why? Why? Y'all didn't have to do that.
And Kana Whitworth with us tonight. You can see the protests behind you, Kana, in Sacramento, and police say they're going to release more video from the shooting.
David, police tell me tonight they plan on releasing several more videos, and you can see behind me the demonstrations that are planned here in front of the district attorney's office and another planned at a city council meeting. They also have Clark's funeral scheduled for Thursday. David.
All right, Kayla, thank you. A Texas couple is behind bars tonight in Massachusetts after police found a massive military-grade arsenal in their hotel room and their car. It happened over the weekend in Tewksbury. The discovery, among the items, a bump stock, a silencer, semi-automatic long guns, ammunition, and explosive devices. Franco Bradley and Adrian Jennings were taken into custody. Bradley telling police that he was on a mission for a secret government agency. The FBI is now on the case, looking into the claim. Next tonight, to the heartbreak growing for so many couples who had placed their trust in an Ohio fertility clinic. University hospitals now saying that the number of frozen eggs and embryos lost is far higher than originally thought. ABC's Eva Pilgrim tonight on what went wrong.
Tonight, university hospitals in Cleveland now saying 4,000 eggs and embryos were lost, double the number previously reported, about 950 patients affected.
There were more eggs and embryos affected than first estimated, and it's unlikely that any are viable.
They were stored in a high-tech tank filled with liquid nitrogen. Sensors should have been monitoring the temperature, automatically refilling liquid nitrogen as needed, an alarm sounding if the temperature rose. But the hospital now telling patients in a letter that the autofill wasn't working and that they were filling the tank manually. And that alarm that was supposed to alert them something was wrong was off.
The remote alarm system on the tank was off, and there was a problem with the way we maintain the cryo storage tank.
Kate and Jeremy Plants went to the clinic after her diagnosis with ovarian cancer.
Feels like betrayal. Like, you know, we left our kids or our most precious part of ourselves with somebody and they promised to watch over them.
David, the hospital is apologizing, but after another failure at a California clinic earlier this month, there are growing calls for tighter regulation of this industry. David?
Eva Pilgrim, thank you. And next tonight, the Michigan State University official who oversaw the work of disgraced sports doctor Larry Nassar is now himself under arrest. William Stampel, the former dean of MSU's School of Osteopathic Medicine, is charged with criminal sexual conduct and other crimes. Prosecutors allege the 70-year-old used threats and manipulation to exploit and sexually assault female students. Authorities say they found dozens of pornographic images on his work computer, including a video of Dr. Nassar performing a, quote, treatment on a young female patient. Strampel denies any inappropriate behavior. Next, our team on the front lines inside Yemen tonight, the raging war, millions near starvation, and you are about to see the children, so malnourished that they appear much younger than they really are. You'll also hear from Americans on the ground there, and ABC senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell and our team witnessing the devastation firsthand.
We travel to the heart of what's been called today's worst humanitarian disaster. Thousands dead, millions near starvation, all victims of a war the world's ignored. Yemen, locked in a 3-year conflict between Houthi rebels backed by Iran and a government backed by Saudi Arabia, with support from the United States. These are the government soldiers who've been on the front lines.
3 years ago, these streets were almost overrun by the Houthi rebels. If you look at this building here, this was one of their command centers. You can see the intensity of the battles that were fought here.
Both sides accused of war crimes, but only the Saudis have an air force armed with American bombs, aided by US intel. They're accused of killing civilians, restricting food and aid to remote villages like this. Here, American-funded charity workers examine starving children. Little Shamokh is just 14 months old, but looks far younger. She and her 5 brothers and sisters are all underweight and all hungry.
The doctor is essentially measuring the circumference of the top of her arm around what is her bicep. And if it hits red, then we can see here, it's just crossed over into the red, which is severely malnourished.
Shamokh's dad says they only have bread and tea to eat. Even food's become a weapon of war here. Sterling Roop is an American aid worker. He blames both sides for the suffering and points a finger at Washington as well.
Our behavior in this war is a stain on America's reputation. We are not living up to our core principles as Americans.
And David, there's growing criticism of these mounting civilian casualties, much of the blame being pointed at Saudi Arabia. Now there are calls from Democrats and Republicans for an end to American support and weapons for the Saudis' war here in Yemen.